as far as I'm aware, I've never sat down and listened to a Foo Fighters song, so I think we're actually doing another pretty crazy first time reaction ever from itsandiroo, me. It's to the Foo Fighters. Today we're going to be listening to The Pretender. You guys like to suggest a lot of things in the comments, a lot of classic rock, pop, metal, tons of stuff. That's what we do over here on the channel, so that's what we're reacting to today. I just got a haircut today, and it's a little crazy. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. I think it's fine. It was just a little bit shorter than I usually go. So it's a little crazy, but it's okay. I know you guys will probably like it. I know a lot. Listen, the long hair, crazy stuff is very like my generation kind of thing. Actually, that's a lie. I feel like a lot of the people that we've seen, maybe actually one of the guys in the Foo Fighters has long hair. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I also have an acne patch if you guys don't know what that is. So you're not like, what is that star on your face? Get that off. Anyway, welcome back, guys. My name is itsandiroo. Where are my two-steppers at? Right here. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me turn off this logo. Get that out of here. I think we're watching the music video, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. All right, let's do it. Foo Fighters, The Pretender. Oh, we could two-step to this for sure. Yo, first thing I wanted to say was it came in very quiet. I need to look up when this dropped because what I want to talk about is the loudness war. If you guys don't know, I'm a producer and I'm an engineer, so I work with bands and artists and stuff, and I mix and master and do a lot of that. I've been doing that for about a decade now, so I'm pretty well versed in production and things like that. So you'll hear me pause a lot and talk about this kind of stuff. But it came in very quiet, and it got me thinking about the loudness war. And what the loudness war is if you notice music from the 80s and 90s and anything pretty early on, not early on, I guess not early on, but like, you know, if you look at songs from 40 plus years ago, right, 30, 40 plus years ago, you're going to notice they're a lot quieter than songs now, and it's because now people just want loud, right? They don't want dynamics. When we talk about dynamics, we talk about the difference between the quiet parts and the loud parts, right? And you know, before the loudness wars, it was very intentional to say, hey, if we want this chorus to hit really hard or we want this climactic part to hit really hard, we're going to make everything else before a lot quieter. But unfortunately, in this day and age, with the loudness war kind of thing going on, where a lot of engineers just want loud, loud, loud the whole time, we don't really get that dynamic range, you know, anymore. So I'm curious because this video looks really, really recent, actually, with the aspect ratio, and it looks very high quality and doesn't look like something. I'm going to say it can't be anything earlier than 2000, right? What is The Pretender? Hang on, let me see. Yeah, okay, 2007. Sick. Okay. Wow. Okay. I guess the loudness war didn't start till a little bit after that then. If there's any fellow engineers in the comments, talk to me about that a little bit. And maybe it's just this music video, but this is a very quiet, coming in very quiet. Until obviously all the instruments hit and then it sounded normal. But dude, great if that's what they did, you know. And if these guys have been around for a long time, which I assume they have been, that might be why they still choose to like have those quieter intros and stuff. But anyway, that was the first thing I wanted to mention when I heard this. But his voice is very nice. It sounds really familiar, so I guarantee I've probably heard some Foo Fighters in my lifetime before because they're pretty big. Are you ready? I'm finished making sense. Got a two-step. like that distortion in his voice. It's less of like a vocal fry and more of like kind of that growly kind of distortion, which is impressive for like the range that he does. Because usually you'd hit it more like a Chester Bennington. Like, let's see, he's hitting what if I? So he'd probably hit it like a what if I? Ah! I'm trying to do it. I just got over being sick, but hang on. What if I? Something like that. Something along the lines of that. That sounded terrible. I'm so sorry, but usually that's what you would hit if you're hitting those notes, like kind of like Chester does. Obviously, I didn't sound anything like Chester. I promise I'm a better vocalist than that. I'm literally still like getting over being sick, but no, he does more of like a, kind of a growly, almost. It's and it sounds really comfortable and healthy. I love it. It's a very good tone. I wonder how much like hardcore influence they have. Obviously, like this drum tempo is not like it's not unique to hardcore or anything, but it sounds very, just with the guitars mixed. I mean, it sounds very like core influenced, very two-steppy in this specific song. This song actually, and I didn't think that Foo Fighters was going to be like this, but it's kind of giving me like Rise Against vibes. If you guys know who Rise Against is, or 3 Days Grace, gives me big vibes of that. And that would make sense for this era, I feel like, of kind of like early 2000s. I feel like all the kind of rock that was coming out at the time was very much like that, and very corey, very metalcore-y sounding, like maybe not metalcore, but like, because when I think of metalcore, I think of like Despised Icon, which is a lot heavier than this, like a lot of screaming and stuff and breakdowns. But like, just kind of like that super soft side of metalcore, I guess I should say. Kind of sounds a lot like, like Rise Against and 3 Days Grace. And it's yeah, I like it. You're the pretender. What if I say I'll never surrender? What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one of your place? You're the pretender. What if I say I will never surrender? Okay. I'm the voice inside your head you refuse to hear. I'm the face that you have to face, mirrored in your stare. I'm what's left, I'm what's right, I'm the enemy. I'm the hand that'll take you down, bring you to your knees. So who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one of your place? You're the pretender. What if I say I will never surrender? What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one? This video is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, I love that something this recent is anti-government and anti-establishment and kind of just fighting against the man. I love it. I feel like we kind of lost a lot of that. Haven't heard a lot of that, at least from my experience on this channel. I think the most recent stuff that we found doing stuff like that would be like Rage Against the Machine, probably. So this is really cool. I know I don't talk about lyrics a lot. I'm sorry. I'm a nerd about the musical side of it, so that's why I react the way I react. But I do listen to the lyrics. It's just, I'm my head's in like a million places when I'm listening. But yeah. What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one of your place? You're the pretender. What if I say like that overlapping of like the bridge, and I think that was the bridge that was playing in there plus the chorus. That was really nice. Kind of turned down the chorus to make room for that bridge. That was really nice. Yeah, bring it back. Yeah, that ending one, that final Who Are You was a vocal fry, which is not what he was doing when he was singing. He was doing a different technique. So whoever's the lead singer of Foo Fighters is very like vocally, like very disciplined, very very technical about his vocals and everything. And I always love seeing that. I feel like there's a couple artists that tend to like just destroy their vocals for the effect of the art, which is cool, which I'm like, that's really powerful, to be honest. But it's always a plus if the vocals sound healthy and they sound like they're being done properly. Not like how I was doing it earlier in the video. But dude, that was sick. I gotta check out more Foo Fighters. I didn't know that's kind of like the sound that they went for. Maybe it was just this one because they're talking about something a little more political, it seems like. So maybe it's more like, they just wanted to go for more of that kind of hardcore punk, kind of, two-steppy sound with vocals and stuff. Sick. I love it. That was super fun. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and check out what else we're doing on the channel. I'm checking out a lot of classic rock and metal and pop and country and R&B now, and just tons of fun stuff. So definitely check it out as this Gen Z uncultured kid just discovers a world that I have not explored yet. So I'm gonna get my butt out of here. Make sure you guys again like, comment, and subscribe. Also, we have a membership where we're releasing videos early. They all eventually do get released, so if you're not a member, don't freak out. It's okay. Your regular subscription means the world to me. I'm gonna get my butt out of here. Peace.